Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Angel Almaguer, and this is my first review video. One of many. Um, it's a special day for me, at least. I mean, why? I'll just brush through it quick. I'm 29 years old. It's March 5th at the time of this recording. I'm gonna turn 30 on March 25th, and also I'm a Marvel fan, as are you guys watching. And, for my generation, even the younger ones, my brother's 10 years younger, he's 20. We all loved Daredevil. Suffice to say, that shit was goated. And we all saw last night's 2 episodes. I just have one thing to say, and then I'll just go into a more flowy state of talking. I've waited 7 years. Actually, really more of a few years in anticipation once I found out they were doing this show. We all know the background and drama. We knew Charlie Cox stepped up with Vincent D'Onofrio and wanted to make the show. It wanted to do justice to the original show. And by fucking God, they did it, guys. What I witnessed last night, especially in the first 15 minutes, I cried. Then about 10 minutes after that, paused the show, went right to Emergency Awesome's video. I knew he was going to be one of the first to post. Watched that, commented how happy I was, and it really is a breath of fresh air. I mean, my review, that shit was amazing. So, last night, hello everyone. Move this a little closer. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. My name is Angel Almaguer, and this is my first review video. One of many. It's a special day. For me, at least. I mean, why? I'll just brush through it quick. I'm 29 years old. It's March 5th at the time of this recording. I'm going to turn 30 on March 25th. And also, I'm a Marvel fan, as are you guys watching. And, for my generation, even the younger ones, my brother's 10 years younger, he's 20. We all loved Daredevil. Suffice to say, that shit was goated. And we all saw last night's 2 episodes. I just have one thing to say, and then I'll just go into a more flowy state of talking. I've waited 7 years. Actually, really more of a few years in anticipation once I found out they were doing this show. We all know the background and drama. We knew Charlie Cox stepped up with Vincent D'Onofrio and wanted to make the show. It wanted to do justice to the original show. And by fucking God, they did it, guys. What I witnessed last night, especially in the first 15 minutes, I cried. Then about 10 minutes after that, paused the show, went right to Emergency Awesome's video. I knew he was going to be one of the first to post. Watched that, commented how happy I was, and it really is a breath of fresh air. I mean, my review, that shit was amazing. Oh, damn. No, you're good. So what I witnessed last night was nothing short of God. I think God sent. I think there's might be an energy out there of something we call God that, you got to think about it. We were basically praying at this point, begging for Marvel to do something right, to bring it back to the glory days. And nobody here can dismiss the fact that Daredevil seasons 1, 2, and 3 was peak Marvel. Not only peak Marvel, but peak Marvel television. And one of the best things that Marvel's put out, period, in all this time. So you know what? I'm just, the moments that really got to me, okay, first of all, when Daredevil and Bullseye first crashed through the window into the bar, from going outside to inside, Within about 3 or 4 seconds, Bullseye just throws a throwing knife at this chick's face, kills her, like dead. And then you see like Daredevil's like frustrated, pissed off reaction to it because he's just acting so fast, and even down to when he throws the cue balls at the two chicks' faces, knocks them out, and he's just there looking at her like, fuck. And then, of course, you know, we fast forward. We all know Froggy dies. I'm not going to touch on that too much. I cried 15 minutes in. Like I said, I cried. Stopped the video halfway through to comment. But that scene between Matt and Kingpin in the bar talking, or the diner, and then Kingpin mentions this old diner that they both knew about, that they both liked. And just Charlie Cox's Daredevil's reaction to that, it was an actor's choice, I feel, and it was fucking dope. He's like, yeah. Like, just, I don't know. Like, you know, these are guys that have had a history, years of fighting each other, and it was very civil until the end of that conversation where Kingpin's like, look, bro, if you try to do your thing of Daredevil, I'm shutting that shit down. And he's like, well, if you go back to any of your old shit, I'm shutting that shit down. And guess we have an understanding. That was dope. I liked all of Charlie's like unbelievable, you know, his disbelief of Kingpin becoming mayor. And then obviously it's really cool to see fucking Mike Gandolfini in the show, James Gandolfini's son. That's cool. He's actually doing pretty good. At first, his first 2 lines in the show, I was like, oh, Saints of New York kind of thing. But no. He can act. I don't see a problem with him. I like him as a character. But anyways, moving on. Let's see here. I like how like Matt, you see him like his level of lawyer eptness has increased quite a bit. So he's a seasoned lawyer at this point. Even a seasoned superhero. He's probably been fighting crime ever since the blip. We all forget that. There's 5 years where he was probably taking on the biggest challenges that other heroes couldn't take up because they were gone. So there's that. And then we know that Spider-Man's active during all this, and that puts a lot of hope for like maybe this is going to lead to like the new Avengers, Young Avengers. I don't know. I hope not. A lot of people don't want that. But at least we know Spider-Man's in that world. And it's canon. On to episode 2. Episode 2, I fucking loved all the way through, even the slow parts. But the part I really want to talk about is the very last scene. Oh, actually, let's talk about 2 scenes that I'm like, okay. So first scene that I want to talk about is actually from the first episode, where just the moment that he throws Poindexter off the roof. Fucking pure cinema. Because I was like, if he comes, there's no excuse for this. Like, he has to throw him off the roof, kill him. I expected him to survive, though, because it's like, I don't know, like, you just know that motherfucker's not going to die right there. Although we got the satisfaction of like Charlie finally, or Matt finally let it go. Like Kingpin had told him, like, you know, one day something's gonna, or actually it was Punisher who said it. He's like, one day it's going to just take a bad day or whatever. He said something like that. Like, it's going to take a bad day. You're one bad day away from becoming me. And that was like his Punisher moment. So it pays off. That moment paid off a lot from seasons 2 and 3 of Daredevil, the original series. And then I'm assuming you all have watched this. So in case you didn't, spoilers, there's a guy who low-key is a vigilante called the White Tiger, has a magical amulet that gives him strength. He was out on the subway by himself at night with no amulet, no costume, and he saw a guy getting mugged, goes to help him. Turns out that it was 2 undercover cops. Well, he's fighting them, and one of them falls into the train tracks, gets hit by a train. And that's when one of them reveals that he's a cop. They're not even undercover. They were just harassing that guy. So, as we all know now, at the end of that episode, a confrontation ensues between those two crooked cops. One of the cops that was there at that train cop murder incident that, you know, is basically what's, I guess, one of the, or whatever. Point just being that okay. So one of the cops, the one that didn't die at the subway station, the one in the altercation with Matt's client that he's defending, the vigilante. So Matt starts following that guy around, and you didn't expect it. I didn't expect it. I just saw like Matt walking, and it kind of brought me to a memory of like other seasons where I feel like there was like a scene like that where he was like following someone in regular clothing, just listening to their movements. And so I was like, this seems familiar, but my brain did not recognize it as like he's following somebody. I did see the footsteps of the guy, but I was like, oh, maybe that's just like a random shot. But then when they showed it again and focused on this guy walking and Matt following, I was like, okay, this has to be the cop. And then they showed a profile of his face. I was like, okay, that's the cop. And then I'm just going to skip to what happened at the end. Talk about a fucking perfect reason for Matt to unleash, and a good reason to, like, for that situation to happen. Like, it was like, oh, the dirty cop's just going to go kill the guy. Matt's like, yo, I got a fucking ride for you at the park. Go right now. They're already here. They come in, they beat the fuck out of him. And then there's that moment where they're like, we're going to have to kill him. And I love Charlie Cox because you see his face, his emotion of like, that's it. I have no other choice. Like, I'm going to have to fucking fuck these guys up or kill them. And the guy points a gun to his head. Fucking Daredevil goes to work. That's where that scene is where the compound fracture happens in the trailer. The guy starts bleeding. That's that scene. I think he killed one of them for sure. Maybe I'm wrong, but I heard a lot of cracking. He might have killed them both. And then there's that like 5 seconds where he's just right after they're like basically dead. Like he's just there like right after like, and he just and then he just cuts to black, ends the episode. Come on, 7 years waiting for this. It was fucking worth it. I'm just gonna say that right now. I think it was worth it as fuck. I'm very happy with the results. There might be people hating on the CGI. There might be people hating on the storytelling and what they did with the characters too early, or the aspect ratio. It looks different. CGI is a little wonky. That's the main thing I've heard. It doesn't matter to me. I really don't give a fuck. How many Marvel things have we watched that have wonky CGI and we still love? Tyrone Magnus actually said this today. Shout out Tyrone Magnus. 10 million subscribers for that guy. Go follow him. But yeah, dude, this is goated. I will use the strong language of this is peak cinema. Okay? And enjoy the video. Let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section. It'd be great to get a conversation going in there. Cool, guys. There'll be many more of these for Marvel projects, DC projects, and pretty much anything sci-fi that comes out. This will be your channel for that. It's also going to be for a multitude of other things, science related. There'll be science education videos on here. Think of like Veritasium, but he reviews superhero shit. That's what I'm trying to do. But dude, Daredevil first, bro. Like, this is crazy. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe, like the video, leave a comment. As you know, it helps. And it took me a while to start this. But yeah, thank you guys very much for all your time watching today. And look forward to seeing you next week.